Hi guys, look what's arrived. It is Ohuhu 200 dual tip color markers. So these 200 markers. These aren't the brush markers. I'll put that out there. They're not the brush markers, but they are the chisel tip and bullet tip. And I saw these when I first started looking at Ohuhu and thought, wow, that's excessive. 200 markers? What? While it would be even more exciting if these were all brush tip, I'm still pretty excited, and I'm just looking forward to having that much more color options for what I am looking for. And I'm also hoping that maybe there's actually more pastel options. So I know that these are quite different. If I can get this open. From the brush markers, which are to this point are the only ones that I have experience with. Oh, here we go. So this is so heavy, you guys. Well, this is really cool that it comes with the carrying case. The 72 brush tip ones came with a little case too. So this is actually pretty nice. Let's see here. Let's get some more. Let's see what you guys see. And ooh. Okay, here's, look at that. So lots of grays, it looks like. Oh, I'm so excited. And I think, oh yeah, I was really looking forward to this. If you're coloring on thin paper, please put this pad between your coloring sheets to prevent any bleed through. Yeah, I could use another one though. I need one more because I'm always doing spreads in my, oh, there's like a little place back here I can put it. How awesome. Oh, this is so cool. This is really exciting. This actually, to have this amount of alcohol markers is, let's see, I'm just going to go ahead and put that because I'm going to make my own sheet, of course. So can you see that? Oh, it's gorgeous. It is a thing of beauty. So yeah, these are actually really different. Are they in? Oh, this does have partitions in it too. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, neat. I wondered how they were so well organized in there. But that's cool. So I can maybe at least like put my purples and blues in one and kind of, because these don't look like they are arranged in any way whatsoever at this point. And I just noticed here, these are all numbers here. So let's see. So this is the brush markers. This is what I'm used to. They're round. They have R13 and they have and the color name. These, just pull one out. All they have is a number. They don't have a color category. And I've heard that the numbers don't correspond to the numbers in the brush markers. So I will have to make a whole new swatch sheet for these markers because they have their own numbering system. Wow, look at that. I wonder how that's like super neon. But oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, I love these. Feel like they have more ink in them. I don't know, it might just be plastic. These feel smaller. So we've got the brush nib, or excuse me, chisel nib, And then the gray is going, instead of indicating a brush nib, it indicates a bullet nib. Oh, sorry, you guys couldn't even see, could you? I can't see the camera. So, oh, these are all, I guess it doesn't matter. You're supposed to store your markers horizontal so that the ink is equal throughout it. But for the most part, I store all of my markers with the brush down because that's the part that I use. And I'm not sure what I'll do with these. Maybe I will just store them on the other side in this, because I could see with some backgrounds especially that I would, yeah, this is very cool. I'm so excited. Oh, mama. So these are what I have already. These are the brush nib Ohuhu markers, and they have color family and a number and the name of the color. So this is BJD. Okay guys, I was so excited about this, I had to make a video just about it. I got my 200 marker set from Ohuhu. These are, they're not brush markers, they're bullet tip and chisel tip nibs. But I'm so excited to have as many colors as this. I swatched them all out. Took a bit of time to do 200 of them, and it does include a colorless blender, so it's technically 201 markers if you include the colorless blender. But I'm really excited by the number of very light colors, the lots of skin tone type colors, light pastels, lots of just really, really great colors. So I pulled out some pens, colors that I like, and I want to color this piece here and kind of share how that goes. Like I said, it doesn't have the brush nibs, but just the bullet tip and chisel. And this one, number 68, because the color system's different. Yeah, that's my B64 that I like so much. The finished swatch sheet and my markers all organized by color. And I start this by using a colorless blender to saturate the area I want to color. First, it facilitates blending of the colors. I definitely notice that it helps, especially if you're blending some colors that aren't the closest. It can really help that. So you can see me laying down the colorless blender there and then going in with my pink blushing color and that teal color that I like so much. Yeah, so, and I don't know if you can notice here, but I am using the Copic marker blender just because it's a brush tip, and because it does such a better job of quickly soaking the area. And what I forgot is that the Ohuhu 72 marker set does contain a brush nib colorless blender too, and I use that one and have used it, and it's very good. I don't notice a big difference between the blender anyways with the Copic. But so that's the only Copic marker that I've used in this entire piece. But for the most part, the goal with this was that I wanted to color it, the entire thing, using only this 200 marker set from Ohuhu, and using those nibs that they have. And I definitely, when I first started this, I I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, because you do have to do things differently, and the feel is different versus when you're using a brush nib. And I hate to say things like it's better and things like that. It's different, and I think some things can be done better or worse versus the different types of nibs. By the time I got to the end of this, I was feeling a lot more comfortable. When I first started using Copic markers years back, that's all I had were bullet nib, chisel nib, double-ended markers, and did pretty good with that. So it's definitely possible. So I just repeat this process. See, I'm saturating this leg with that colorless blender. I switched to the Copic there because it was going too slow with that nib. And then I lay down those colors and slowly blend them. And it just facilitates that. And I kind of do it piecemeal like this, piece by piece, and move around. The markers do stay. It's surprising how long they actually do stay wet, and how long they continue to blend. I have to try to resist the urge to just sit there and work it over and over and waste ink, and kind of let it do its thing and then come back to it again later, and make modifications to as needed. Just kind of doing this process over and over. Normally, I don't restrict myself in this way to using one type of marker type. I use whatever is going to work, whether it be what kind of nib or what kind of color it is. Most of my pieces are not just one type of marker. They are multiple types of markers: Ohuhu, Copic, Prismacolor, Spectrum Noir, just whatever I can get my hands on, whatever is the right color. And I missed filming the face on this entirely, didn't I? Sorry about that, guys. This piece is, like, that face is very, very small. So I actually did find that those bullet nibs were kind of nice, getting in there for such a small area, and doing some work. I kind of liked, for that, I did kind of like those bullet nibs a little nicer. I think if I had the perfect marker, it would be, instead of having a chisel nib, it would have a bullet nib and then a brush nib. If that kind of combo would actually be my favorite, because there's a lot of times I'm like, oh, I wish I had just a really little tip to get in here to this area. But this was definitely a fun little experiment, doing a full piece with just those markers from that 200 Ohuhu set, and I'm really pleased with how this turned out. It went really well, and I'm excited to use these together now with my entire marker family that I have. Collection. I think it's a fantastic addition to that, and I'm excited to be making some pieces with the new collection that I have. Ohuhu has really brought me back to this art, and or this art medium, I should say, and just really given me a lot of excitement, and so I really have a lot of gratitude towards them for that. Because this sort of thing, economical markers like this, did not exist even 5 years ago. I was doing a fair bit of marker art. I did back in 2015, first part of 2016. I was doing some marker art back then, when I was first getting into doll collecting. So coming back to markers with what's available, it's really exciting, and I think it's just going to open the door for people to be a lot more interested in using markers, and a lot less of a scary medium to get into, because the expense of something like Copics can be really intimidating. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and that you please like, share, subscribe, all of those things. Let me know if you want me to keep making these. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.